Aware of this object in the middle of my windscreen that I was driving straight towards. I carried on driving for about a minute, and then I realised that this wasn't like an ordinary plane or a helicopter or whatever. I suppose it could be something extraterrestrial. I mean, it would be just really arrogant to think that we were completely alone in the universe. But at the same time, you know, I only filmed and saw what I saw. Yeah. Well, to people who say that it must be a plane or something like that, I'd say, you know, just take a long, hard look at this thing, because it just doesn't look like any of those things. And, you know, I can't imagine how anyone could think it was anything like that. After 2 minutes or so, I think, it actually flew, I'm not sure entirely, but I think it was right overhead. And it had sort of turned into like a black circle, and all I could see was just this kind of black circle. I wasn't frightened or elated. The whole event just seemed completely strange and completely something unlike anything else I'd experienced, really. Got it. Got it. Yeah, I think it's coming this way. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. Is it? It is. That's amazing.
The UFO that you saw originally was spotted approximately about 200 yards to the left of the aerial mast, and I suppose it was probably at about 500 feet up. It was very low in the sky.
And this is a radio communications tower? This
is radio communications. They've got 3 military masts on there, and it sends out, one is a navigational signal, which is used for aircraft. The other 2 aerials are near the top. We're not quite sure, but there is a pulsed frequency that comes from them. The actual UFO, from the time it was first seen by Rod Dickinson, who did the filming, it lasted approximately 12 minutes, so it was quite a long period of time for a daylight sighting to occur.
We took this tape to be analyzed by Lucasfilm's Special Effects Division, Industrial Light and Magic, in San Rafael, California. Here we met with Bill George, an Academy Award-winning visual effects supervisor. Over the last 20 years, his special effects have been featured in films like Star Wars, The Phantom Menace.
The optical zoom certainly would...
He analyzed this footage to determine its authenticity.
But there are several things that I see when the footage is running that tells me this was actually there when this was filmed. First of all, it's the shake. Okay. The shake. If you were to give me a background plate of just the sky and say, we want you to take this image of a flying saucer and match it in, that's something that's technically very difficult to do, because you would have to match, putting the 2 elements together, you would have to match the shake. Now, certainly we have computers that can track that, but this is all over the map. A couple other cues that tell me that this is actually there when it was being filmed was that it's going in and out of focus with the background, because the camera is trying to compensate and trying to focus. It probably has some sort of autofocus. So the background is going in and out of focus along with the object. There are these dark things flying through frame, and if someone was to have to put that in there, they would have to composite it in behind the birds. It would be a technical problem.
Bill George couldn't say it was a real UFO, but he could confirm for us that the object was not added in later.
Given those clues, I'm convinced that this object was there when this person was taping.